Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urios Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or a comment. All right, it's time for another installment of the Doctor Spell Prognosis. And today we are talking about the second level spell, Arcane Lock. This is another one of these, I think, really good utility second level spells. I do think that this fits as a second level spell. I'm giving it a B. However, it is not usable by a lot of classes. So wizards and artificers are the two classes that can use this. This is probably going to be one of those spells that has a very niche use to it. It may not always come up. And the issue with that is if it's too niche, T-O-O niche, then these spellcasters may not have this prepared, or you may not even have these spellcasters in the party. And what that means is that you will hear the phrase, well, I don't have that prepared, so we're going to have to wait till tomorrow. Some wizards may prepare this spell. It's not a ritual spell, but it lasts until it's dispelled, which is great. So it's a second level spell usable by wizards, artificers. It takes one action, range of touch. It has a verbal, somatic, and material component, which is gold dust, worth 25 gold pieces, and is consumed by the spell. So every time you cast this spell, it's going to cost 25 gold pieces. It does last until it's dispelled. And, you know, it's got a lot of role-playing flavor to it in that instance. So you may want to think about casting this on things well before, and it's very situational. So you touch a closed door, window, gate, chest, or other entryway, and it becomes locked for the duration, duration is until dispelled. So you and the creatures you designate when you cast a spell can open the object normally, and then you set a password that has to be spoken within 5 feet, which suppresses the spell for 1 minute. It doesn't dispel it, it suppresses it, and then it comes right back. That's great. That's a really good thing about that spell. Otherwise, it is impassable until it is broken or the spell is dispelled or suppressed. So a knock will suppress it for 10 minutes. It's not dispelling it. So that dispelling it means it does dispel magic. While affected by the spell, the object is more difficult to break or force open, which means that pick locks or breaking it, the DCs increase by 10. So if you put a really complex lock on here that normally has like a DC of 20 to open, then it becomes a DC of 30. And because they put this little last sentence in here, that means it can be picked. And a DC of 30 is very hard for a Thieves' Tool check to actually go through. In addition, you increase the break DC by 10, and you know somebody may want to break into it, which means they could break the stuff inside. So this is good for protecting like your abode, or protecting a chest. For Dungeon Masters, this is a good tool because it lasts forever, essentially. It is a good tool for Dungeon Masters to use and to plunk down in dungeons. And have a puzzle. This is kind of, it's not really a puzzle, but an obstacle that the players have to overcome. So what if they're in a room that has a pretty complex mechanical trap that requires a key to turn it off? So if we go into complex traps that are in Xanthar's Guide to Everything, you'll find the description of that, and maybe the countermeasure for that is a key, and the key is locked in a chest that has an arcane lock on it. So the characters have to figure out how to get the key, or they have to figure out how to basically destroy the trap. So that, I mean, that's just an idea out of probably an infinite number of ideas to use this. But for players, because it's one action that's touch, then if you got it's not a ritual, unfortunately. If you got a wizard and you go into a room that has one door and you guys want to rest, you can slap this on the door. And let's say you don't have a rope trick spell or a Leomund's hut spell, you can slap this down and lock the door, and that way it'll make it much harder for somebody to get into the room where you're resting. And then, you will probably hear them trying coming in because it's going to take so much effort to get through that entryway. All right, well, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.